What's happening? Happy Monday, traders and investors. It's Rod with POW Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for a daily market recap. Today's a recap for Monday, July 26th, and going to do the video a little earlier on in the day today, as I had quite a few things that I wanted to go over that were important. I wanted to make sure that got out to everybody before the end of the market close today. But in the video today, we're going to be discussing RIOT Blockchain and changing the daily trend. So we have an uptrend confirmed now, and we'll discuss some analysis and my perspective on what to expect here, and seeing overall bullishness across the board in crypto and blockchain. So we're going to look at those correlations here in just a moment. But as we normally do, we'll run through some news and events on the day today. I'll put some timestamps for your description in the description for your convenience below as well. But jumping right into it, we'll go over some news and events here before we look at the detailed analysis on the RIOT chart. So the S&P 500 hovers near a record ahead of mega cap tech earnings. So we have huge earnings here this week. And the ones I'm interested in most are Tesla here after the bell. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that as well, and overall direction for the market. And then the big one tomorrow as well after market close, we have Apple, Microsoft, Google, Facebook on Wednesday. So Amazon on Thursday, but huge big tech earnings. So we're going to be keeping an eye, all eyes on Tesla after the bell. And we'll be watching the futures market and after hours for some signs and some signals on whether or not this is going to propel the market even higher. But all major indices last week had weekly record close. So we are extremely bullish in the crypto space. We're extremely bullish in the stock space. So we are starting to see the housing boom, though, sort of cool down here a little bit here with a CNBC article. And it reads, housing boom is over as new home sales fall to pandemic low. And that's not too bad to hear. It's sort of music to my ears because I'm actually in the process of selling a property, and that would be welcome by me. I would like to see the housing market just cool down. Let me know in the comments below if you think the housing boom is over. So Bitcoin surges near US $40,000 amid Amazon speculation. So there's speculation right now that Amazon's developing its own cryptocurrency, and that's because there was a job posting for a new head of the crypto division in their company. So they're also going to be offering and accepting Bitcoin and other, Bitcoin Cash. There's going to be other payment opportunities as well for other cryptos. So we'll keep a close eye on that. That's obviously sending the market higher and adding that euphoria to the market that's been lacking for the last few weeks and months. So U.S. officials investigating Tether executives as well for bank fraud, as per the report here and the block. So I would just strongly encourage that you think twice when using stablecoins at the moment. I would stay away from USDC Tether personally, just out of complete safety and precautionary measures. I would stay away from USDT and use USDC. All right, so moving on to the crypto space. So we have a sea of green here at the moment. And a lot of our assets, our major names that we're following, are at new higher highs. So the assets that I'm extremely bullish on right now is I do think the multiplier effect on Bitcoin has diminished and we're not going to see as much gains. I do think we could see 80 to 100K before this bull market's over, but that's only about a little over 1x from here. So we're not going to anticipate huge moves there, but I'm really bullish on XRP, XLM, and Litecoin. So we had a whale alert and a lot of on-chain metrics that were saying that whales are accumulating in heavy doses on Litecoin. So I'm extremely bullish on Litecoin, but I'm the most bullish on XRP, then XLM, and then Litecoin. Those are my three crypto holdings, biggest holdings at the moment. But taking a look at the Bitcoin chart, so it was a 4-hour bull flag that is confirming. So once we broke over 39,800, that was a 4-hour bull flag confirmed, and we're targeting between the area of 42,000 and 44,000 on the high end on this bull flag. But you can see here we have a strong uptrend as well. And the RSI is getting pretty hot here at 88, so just be a little cautious of that. But we finally touched down on 4-hour oversold, and we had these couple attempts here. And then we had that one last capitulation and fake out. I think that was to flush out all last remaining weak hands. And then we finally painted 4-hour oversold. And then that was the signal. And if you just bought based on 4-hour oversold, a very easy way to, easy indicator to look at when it comes to RSI, determining whether it's oversold or overbought. Even if you just entered there on that 4-hour oversold and held, you'd be up from that level. You'd be up about almost 40%, so 37%. So congrats to the bulls, 4-hour bull flag confirming. And one thing I want to point out is that Bitcoin has yet to change the daily trends. This move is all coming off the low at 29,278. So we're going to we have the EMA 12 and 26 bull cross, but when we finally lose the low of the previous daily candle, then we'll be looking for a higher low compared to that 29,278. But bulls have a ton of room. We could drop from here about 27%, just be looking for a higher low, but we need to see this daily trend change with a higher low and higher high, which has yet to be seen. So we've seen that on RIOT. So I do want to highlight that here real quick. On RIOT, we had that low, high, higher low, and higher high. So now we have an uptrend confirmed on RIOT, but we also had a massive lack of resistance all the way up to 40.34 is what I mentioned to people before as well. We had a mini level there at 32.65, 34.49. And it ended up being a bear flag, and we had a gap here as well at 34.96. But we had really no real resistance until 40.34. So from those current levels, you're looking at about a 65% bounce, but we just changed the daily trend today. But we now have a gap here as well there at 29.75 and prior resistance at 29.91. So I wouldn't be surprised if we came back and tested the $30 level and set another daily higher low, but new key daily higher low support is at 27.05. After that, our support is 23.93. And like I said, we did have a little bit of resistance there at 34.49, but we had this gap here at 34.96, and we filled that today, 34.68. So essentially, we came, that's pretty close to a gap fill in my opinion. So we filled that gap. We'll be watching for the low of the day to hold tomorrow, but it's a potential for a daily inside bar. And one thing I just want to point out, HIVE changed its daily trend as well. So Coinbase changed its daily trend. So crypto space and blockchain names are extremely bullish at the moment. And just taking a look here at RIOT in detail. So we are back above the 10-week moving average there at 31.11. So that is bullish. A close over that this week will be bullish. And we have the stochastic with the bull cross and the MACD gearing up here for a bull cross as well. Still a little bit of work to do, but looking real good here on RIOT. And on the weekly chart, we held that 50 weekly moving average on this pullback. So that was bullish. And we had key support there at 20.68. So even if you entered here last week with a stop below that key support, you wouldn't have got stopped out and you'd be seeing about 30% plus of gains. Also on the daily, we avoided a death cross. So the 50 crossing through the 200 has not happened yet, but it still could happen. So just keep that in the back of your mind. But we're seeing a MACD bull cross here on the daily. And we do have the 100-day moving average at 38.45 as a potential resistance level to be watching, and previous resistance there at 40.34. So that's going to be a strong resistance level in my opinion. And we are back over the weekly VWAP there at 31.39. So a close over 31.39 this week would be bullish as well. But taking a look at the rest of the market. So just want to take a look at some of our movers and shakers on the day. So RIOT, IMV, and HVBT. I know a lot of people in our group are bullish on IMV as well. So congrats to the bulls. There was lots of double-digit gains out there today and a lot of volatility. BABA, DDD, and DFLY leading the decline today. But just taking a look at SPY as well. So we'll look at the broader market. And SPY still has yet to change its daily trend as well. So similar to Bitcoin, on the daily, we have no daily trend change. This is all coming off of the lows. So SPY, we have support here at 421.97. So we'll just be looking once we lose the low of the previous daily candle. So the low of the day today at 439.26. We've got about 23 minutes left. So I mean, anything could happen, but we'll just assume that we'll close with a higher low. And let's say we do that. Tomorrow we'll be looking at 439.26 to break. If that breaks, daily consolidation will be underway, and then we'll be looking for that daily higher low and a higher high for a daily trend change attempt. But we need to see that daily uptrend confirm on both Bitcoin and both the S&P 500 to be confident, or else we risk seeing significant downside. The more we run, the harder we run, usually the harder we fall. So at this point, I would be cautious on bullish entries at the moment, and it's a potential for a daily inside bar on both of these assets tomorrow as well. But taking a look at the dollar, so the dollar was pulling back today, daily consolidation, but we're still in a daily uptrend and holding EMA 12. So just keeping it simple on the dollar. As long as we maintain the daily uptrend, then we are bullish and we are holding that EMA 12. So that's a nice line of support to be watching there, that yellow line. So I'd be watching that, as well as if we continue to remain strong in the dollar, then we could potentially see some weakness in stocks. So just keeping that in the back of my mind as well. IWM attempted a daily trend change today, but rejected just under EMA 26. We had resistance here at 222.22. That's a lot of twos. And then we got as high as 222.05. So like to see us get over that and confirm a daily uptrend, and we would have new daily higher low support at 216.91. QQQ, so the tech sector, broke to a new all-time high today, but didn't see much follow through, and again lost the daily uptrend. Hasn't changed the daily trend yet, so we'll be watching Tesla earnings, and then Apple and Google and all the mega big tech companies that will be that'll be reporting here this week. So that's going to be the market direction, in my opinion, for the rest of the week, bearing any unforeseen news or events. But SMH also hasn't changed the daily trend yet, so we'll be watching for that as well. But taking a look at the rest of the sectors here, U.S. oil daily trend change attempt as well, but didn't see much follow through. So we're going to want to see us break into a higher high here, at least into tomorrow, or we're going to start to be a little concerned on oil. But we were in a daily downtrend, so we're just looking for a potential daily lower high here compared to 75.47 as the most likely scenario. And the more we bounce here, the more that we're likely going to anticipate an equilibrium and tightening range. So the metals, gold and silver. So silver, still in a daily downtrend, and this could be our daily lower high, failing to get over EMA 12. So the metals are weak in comparison to the rest of the market. So if we do see the S&P 500 pull back significantly or enter a bear market, it's going to be really interesting to see how the metals act as a hedge, essentially, against the broader market and inflation, that type of thing. So I'm really bullish on the metals, and I'm going to probably just add to the exposure in my portfolio. So I'll keep an eye on that and let everybody know. But certainly one thing that I'm starting to consider here as we look to a more broader market pullback, because we know nothing goes in a straight line forever, and it's going to happen eventually. So the gold chart. So gold is definitely more bullish at the moment than silver, as we're just looking for a daily high or low. So we have not really changed. You can say here we did change the daily trend with a low, high, higher low, and higher high, but it wasn't a huge pullback. But if you did want to say that that was a daily uptrend confirmed, I wouldn't argue with you, but we need to be cautious here as well of potential head and shoulders to be watching. And if that were to confirm, then we'd be likely heading down to the 1750 area, which was our previous support. So we'll be watching to see, but taking a look at those two charts at the moment, gold definitely standing out as more bullish. Biotech sector is weak today, but we do have support coming up at 123.67. So XHB Home Builders ETF, so daily, we had a mini bull flag there. So you could say that was a daily uptrend confirmed as well. XLE energy sector confirming a daily uptrend as well. So that's going to increase the odds that US oil sees a bit more follow through, in my opinion. And XLF, the financial sector, daily bull flag potential. Just take out the Fibonacci retracement. So you can see here we're just held the 0.32 fib. So still a potential daily bull flag on XLF, XLV, daily bull flag as well. So healthcare sector extremely strong. Did start daily consolidation today, but a little bit of a lower wick there, and it looks like bulls want more. And if we do confirm that, will bring us to a target of about 135. So we're looking at about a 135 target there on the healthcare. 136 on the high end. All right, so going to end it there. Going to be watching for daily higher lows and trend changes on Bitcoin and the S&P 500, as that is pretty much the main concern for me at the moment. But as we know, we have tons of room to form a higher low. So even on Bitcoin, we could easily see, in my opinion, we could easily see about a 15 to 20% pullback and still be extremely strong. All right, going to end it there. Thanks for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth for a daily market recap, and we'll see you a little bit later on for an MJ sector review. Take care, everybody.